Eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
This program contains violent content which may be too intense for some. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh no, my camera is not right. Hang on. Uh-oh. What is going on, y'all? All right, I'm going to have to do it this way. I got to get my husband in here to fix this. But hang on, everybody. Buddy, I'm having difficulties. 1 second. Hey, Andrew. Can you come here and help me fix my camera? Yeah. All right, hang on a minute. I'm going to stop my camera so we can fix it. Technical difficulties. It's still not working. What the heck? It's on the laptop camera. Yeah. It's not on this camera. Let me have the mouse. You can have the mouse. I did that. And it's not in there. Did it get unplugged? Hang on, everybody. Oh, yes, it did. It got unplugged. Here. All right, now
Go back in the settings.
Settings. There. Oh my gosh, so much better. We close the door and get the dog out, please. Thank you. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Oh my goodness. Jeepers creepers, everybody. I go away and things get unplugged. I probably did it. It's okay. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? DGR Dave, nice to see ya. Miracle Hearts 2. So nice to see you in here. Welcome. Let's see. Andrea, nice to see ya. It's been a long time since I talked to you. Oh. My Nightbot's working. Welcome to all our members, subscribers, and those who are just joining us. Everyone is welcome here. Aussie Scratch'em, I just watched your dad's video. Love it. Love it. I love how, if you don't know one thing about me, I like to watch coin pusher videos. People think I'm crazy. It relaxes me. And I watch Jason here. And Courtney does scratch off tickets. I love watching that. That's relaxing too. Let's see. Good day. Jill, how are you doing? Mark says, good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. You're not late. I was having technical difficulties, so we're just getting started. Olivia, too, nice to see you. True Crime News. Add another camera, Marv, in the edit section. It would help if it was plugged in. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Gremlins. I'm going to go with that, Michelle. That sounds good to me. Marcia, nice to see you. Hi, Steve. I got no audio. Can you hear me now? I hope so. Well, if you like scratch-off tickets, go watch Aussie Scratch'em. Boy, did she get a good one the other day. First ticket. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but she got a really good one. Hello, Deborah. It was nice seeing you at the Memorial Walk in Indiana this past weekend. Let's see here. Meow. I'm loving that you're here. I'm going to ask you to come up in a little bit. Hey, Digital. How are you doing? Hello, Jinx. How you doing? So one of the things that I wanted to do first off tonight is make a donation. And I haven't been doing very well at making donations. And that's my fault, but I'm kind of glad I haven't. Because I am going to drop the link here. And this is for Meow to come on up here. I gotta find my link, my other link that I need. So Meow, if you'll join me up here, I would appreciate it. Why is my Discord not coming up? I'm so sorry, Jill. Hi, Rescue All Dogs. Losing a fur baby. That stinks. I'm so sorry. Meow says, oh, I'm on the spot. 1 minute. No problem. I do have to say, I had a loss in the family today. My cousin, who was 34 years old, who I didn't know very well, but I just saw my aunt, who was his mom, coming back from Indiana. He died yesterday of a heart attack at 34 years old. 78% blockage at 34 years old. That is crazy. So I want to send my thoughts, love, and prayers to my family in Kenosha. And then those of you who followed the Tabitha Shuck Rains case, one of the men that were arrested for Tabitha's murder, where the charges were dropped, Jonathan Yates, he just lost his father. So we also want to send our thoughts and prayers with him, and our well wishes and our sympathy. Losing a parent is not easy. No, he didn't have COVID. He had a heart attack and a blockage in his artery, 78% blockage at age 34. So, it was crazy. It was crazy. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this from my phone. Thanks, everybody. Like I said, I didn't know him very well. We grew up pretty far apart. But it's just heartbreaking to know that my family down there is grieving for such a young man. Oh my, I just did a boo-boo here on my phone. So bear with me. I am trying to find Meow's Cash App. There she is.
I am looking terribly rough right now. I'm so sorry.
You are fine. You are fine. So one of the things that you have been doing. Oh. Looks like it went through.
I have no idea why you want. I was just here to support you and everything. But I just wanted to say I'm so thankful for you supporting Flora and everything that you've been doing and spreading awareness. It is always so loved, and it's so appreciated by from you and from everyone who talks about it. You've no idea. And
yeah. Well, you have done such a great job bringing awareness to Flora. You are our headliner for Flora. And one of the things you've been doing is fundraising for headstones and for a memorial.
Yeah, we're trying to expand for Gaylen to hopefully, because she wants the foundation to have in her girl's name to help other families, and she feels that would be just a good thing for her. So we're working on getting that up and running as something for her. But we are definitely working through that every day. So we just got the bank account all set up yesterday and today, and so I'm just kind of going through that with Kathy. So yeah. It's been definitely interesting, learning how to set up a 501(c) and all of that. So.
Oh, I bet. I bet. So how close are you on your fundraising? I know you said you were trying to get to $2,000.
So we were trying to like our quoted amount was about 1,500
Okay.
for everything. Right now, after the other fundraiser that we did, we were at 700. And then we just closed. I think we just closed our most recent fundraiser. It looks like we raised around $500 there. So we're very close, and so we're just like hoping for, just we're gonna probably be doing some more fundraisers and like but hopefully we can get that done.
Okay. So you've raised $1,200 already, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Okay.
at least so far.
So if you go and check your Cash App,
My Cash App is let me see, where's my Cash App? I don't really check it that much. It's usually more for like me sending, because I send Galen every time. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
you have now exceeded your goal because
Oh
I
my
have
god.
just donated $400
That's so
to this
sweet.
cause.
Oh my god.
I want these girls
Oh
to
my
get
god.
a headstone and a memorial. And this is what I
That's
do. So
You have no idea how much that means. It is so nice to see a content creator that actually, oh, like Galen doesn't even know that we even reached it.
she will soon.
Mm, that's so exciting. Thank you, Marv.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
god, you are so sweet. I don't even know what to say.
I have,
Ah.
like I've told people in the past, I keep paying everything out of YouTube, all my expenses out of my own account, and whatever is made from YouTube, from the video views and people donating to the channel, it's to help families. And
That's the best way. Like that's the best thing you can do with this platform. I've always like
right,
said that. I'm just sorry. I'm like so like at a loss for words right now.
so Jinx knew about this. I don't know if she told you earlier.
She said to join, and she didn't. I didn't know that. I didn't really anticipate anything, so I was just okay. I mean, I'm
So
just
yeah, I told her earlier what I was going to be doing. She says I'm not crying. It's allergies. She told me that earlier today. But no, you have been doing such a fantastic job, and those four girls deserve proper headstones and a memorial. And I'm going to make sure that happens.
thank you so
So
much.
you're welcome.
I'm so excited to call Crown Hill and be like, we finally got it. Like we can do it by, because that was the thing, because we wanted it by November 21st, so we could actually do a big reveal for the family for the next anniversary. So now thank
You
you, Mom.
got it.
Like, and I will tell. Oh, I can't wait to tell Kathy. I'm gonna tell Kathy right now. This is just like I just wanted to say like another positive, amazing thing is like Galen's been on like a really positive streak, and I'm so happy that I get to share this with her. Like her nephew just got to ring the bell that he's cancer free, or he's in
Oh,
remission. So it's been like a lot of positive energy, and I'm just thank you so much, Marv. You were absolutely you're so kind.
that's what it's here for. I said from the beginning, I want to help families. I'm helping Tabitha's family. I'm doing whatever I can for Delphi. And I got to actually go by the Flora house this past week when I was in Indiana, and it's so sad. I mean, just looking at that house and knowing that four young girls died,
And it
and
hasn't changed.
it hasn't
There's
changed,
still glass on the floor.
and it's the railings to the porch are sinking in, and it's just awful. It's awful for that community having to drive by that house every day and remembering that. It's just heartbreaking. That's all I can
And
say.
I know people don't know Flora, and I love you, Marv, for talking about it whenever you do get the chance. I'm just to explain to everyone, it's right near Delphi. The Delphi case has gotten a lot of visibility, and obviously has a big social media following. And I just wanted to I made this platform a year ago just as like kind of just to talk about it a little bit. And then I got acquainted with Galen and her beautiful, wonderful family. And we've just been trying to do some good for the family, because so many people exploit these families in a negative way and don't do anything they just like use it to I call it true crime, like voyeurism. And
Right.
it's so beautiful to see like creators that also like, that thank you, and
You're
yeah.
welcome.
Oh my,
And thank
yes.
you, Rescue All the Dogs. So
Rescue all the
yeah,
dogs.
I told Jinx, I'm like, if you're short, let me know. I'll do
That's
something
what
else.
Jinx was asking.
I'll
um,
figure something out. Because I wanted to make sure that you guys had what you needed. I know that you've been working hard with these fundraisers and talking about this case, and I just wanted to make sure that you could do what you needed to do.
Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll invite you out to like come. I think that we're all planning to meet and do something for Flora with the family at that gravesite. So hopefully
Yeah,
we can get everything in. And thank you so much.
you're
Like, Marv, you have
welcome.
no idea. I don't mean to like hijack your life, but it truly means so much. Like
No,
it
you're okay.
means so much. And like I would Galen probably should come on and say like talk she loves to talk. So I'm sure she'd love to talk to you as well. So if you ever wanted to have her on, I'm sure she would be. Um
And this is not about me. This is about them. I did it for them. I did it for her. I did it for you because of all the hard work you and Thomas and Jinx have been doing on this.
oh, I
It's
wish I did
amazing.
not look so rough.
You're all right. You're all right.
Just like literally, I'm like, oh God, put my hair up.
Yeah, I know. I'm like calling you on here and everything. Like, what's going on?
Thanks for the heads up.
Yep.
But
So
thank you so
you're
much.
welcome.
I've got to call Kathy. I gotta do.
Go make your phone calls.
I love you. I love you so much. I appreciate this so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you too. And great, great job bringing awareness back to this case.
Thank you. Have a good one, and I will definitely stop by live in the future. I'm gonna make my phone
All
calls
right.
and tell you how it goes.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you so much, Thomas, for the stick or the super chat. All right, we got Sterling. Hello, how are you?
Marv, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Good.
Oh, great. Well, let me know if my audio doesn't come through okay. I got a new headset.
You're coming through great.
Okay, great. So what did you donate? I missed it when I was trying to get backstage.
So
What did you
Thomas Frost, Meow, and Jinx have been working really hard on the Flora 4 case. Are you familiar with that case? Okay. So they've been doing fundraisers and everything, trying to get $1,500 together to get proper headstones for the girls. And
How many girls is it? 3 or 4 girls?
It's 4.
4.
Damn. So they want to get a proper headstones for all of them and a memorial for their mom put together. They were at $1,200, and I just donated $400. $100 for each girl.
That's nice. That's a lot.
I wanted to make sure that they got what they needed.
That's great. Well, good for you. Good on you. That'll come back to you hopefully some way. Karma or whatever you want to call it. Good
It
vibes.
already did. It already did.
Yeah, because I'm here. I graced you with my presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Greeno follows me everywhere. I think he's stalking me. So if he shows up here, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's in here. He's waiting for the link.
Yeah, see, what did I tell you? He follows me. So what did I tell you? He's like, he calls me nonstop. I don't know how he knows where I'm at all the time. But yeah, you've been doing okay?
Yeah, I have. Haven't been on in about a week because I was in Indiana for 5 days. Went to the memorial walk for Abby and Libby, and I was in Tipton 2 days for the Tabitha Shuck Rains case. That one angers
I don't
me a
know. I'm
little
not
bit.
familiar with that one. Nuh-uh.
You'll have to watch my videos. She was 16-year-old girl that was murdered in her hometown. It's still unsolved, and it's been over 20 years.
I will check it out. Do they have any leads or any suspects?
Back in the day, they did arrest 3 people, and one of them was acquitted. One of them did a plea deal for a ridiculous charge, and then the third one, the charges were dropped.
Wow. So okay, so are you convinced that that those were the guilty parties or not?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So is there another suspect that looks more guilty or whatever?
Yes, there's several.
Okay. Good. I'll definitely. Sorry, I got a mosquito in here. I had a mosquito bite me. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Don't worry. Oh, I will. Don't worry, because it bit me in my sleep last night. I'm gonna get it tonight. But anyway, okay. And what's her name? What was her name again?
Tabitha Shuck Rains.
Shuck Rings. I never heard of that.
It's out of Tipton, Indiana.
I never heard that name though.
There we go.
What'd I tell you? This guy.
And you should know the name, dude. If you watch my channel, I promote the videos.
Yeah, no, I've seen it promoted. Sometimes I'm not ready to take on a new case. You know what I mean? I choose them wisely, and I like to choose one and then really, really dig into it. So, but this one sounds like a good one.
Believe me,
it is a good one, dude.
It's got twists and turns just like Delphi.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna check it out.
It's good. People have been to trial for it already.
Yeah.
And her stepdad is in the chat here, Mark.
There we go.
Okay.
They refuse to follow up on facts. So, Anthony.
Well, my condolences.
One of the things that you'll be interested in, Anthony, is while I was in Tipton, we were very, very, very frustrated. 2-day event, one person showed up.
I watched your video. So they had an event for this.
One person showed up to talk to me about Tabitha.
Really?
Yeah, in 2 days. We were so upset. I understand that the prosecutor, he scares everybody.
I have an idea.
And they just won't open up yet. They just won't open up. And I'm hoping that one day soon here, he'll be out of office and people will finally, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have had tips come in behind the scenes and I have talked to people on it. But one of the things that I was hoping for is that the people that knew Tabitha personally would come and talk to me about her and tell me about her. And that just didn't happen. Maybe it was because it was a holiday weekend. Maybe they're just still scared. I don't know. But we got to figure something out.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense case. What was the topic of tonight's? Was it Tabitha's? Was Tabitha's?
Well, it's about the Delphi walk that I went to and the 2-day event in Tipton. But first, I wanted to make sure that Meow was here and gave the donation for the Flora
Oh yeah,
girl.
did you hear about that, Greeno? Were you watching? Did you see that?
Yes, I was. I was watching that, and
Isn't that generous?
congratulations. Yeah, I haven't been watching any kind of YouTube or anything like that lately. I've just been doing, kind of my own thing, making videos for other things. But yeah, that's actually really cool of you, Marv. That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to do.
So, so yeah, I wanted to do that because I knew she was going to be happy and excited, and then it's all about Delphi walk. I
So
was there from Thursday, and I actually left Monday. I was going to leave on Tuesday, but we left Monday and went to Kenosha to see an aunt of mine that isn't doing so well, and made sure we could spend some time with her, and then came home on Tuesday. But
so
yeah,
now was that the event where who was it? Somebody said Becky Patty was there handing out bracelets or something.
yes,
So you met her? You saw her?
yeah, I've met her a couple times now. So Saturday, I was there early, like usual. And everybody started coming, and Becky came to drop off bracelets for everybody, and she stayed. She was there a good hour, I bet you, talking to everybody. I got to talk to her, and everybody pretty much got to talk to her. So it was fantastic seeing her again. And that's Libby's grandma, as all of you know. And she hasn't been feeling well lately, but she said she's getting better now, and so I keep sending my prayers and thoughts to her so
Oh
that
yeah, because she beat cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The last time I saw Becky was with Mike when I got some shirts for them for Joe and Barbara Spicer when they came here in May.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good about that, about handing out the bracelets and the koozies and the
They are. Well,
getting
one of the
t-shirts.
things she told me is that her fear has always been that even after this case is solved and goes to court, that the girls will be forgotten. And I told her it'll never happen. That will always.
There's no way I could ever forget about that. I've thought about it for 7 years almost every
Right.
day.
I told her, I said, you have an army behind you during this trial and everything else. I said, these girls will not be forgotten. We will not let them be forgotten.
I wouldn't say I would forget them. I'll definitely never forget them. I've definitely been invested in it over the last few years. Maybe not as much as others, but if they get justice, and I'm convinced at the end of this trial or whatever, when it's said and done, that it was done correctly and everything was right and justice was served, I'll be able to, I'm not saying forget them, but move on and as an outsider. But if the case doesn't sit right, if something goes wrong, there's so many things I could bring them up, each one I've thought about. And if any of those things happen, then this is going to haunt me. It's
going to haunt all of us.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to haunt all of us, believe me.
I'll be right back.
And Randy says, we will keep the walk going for them. And I agree, Randy.
How many memorial walks are we up to now? How many is this? How many years has this been going on, Randy? Randy, this has been going on since what?
Okay, so the first year he and a couple other people did it.
Yeah, I remember it was.
The second year you guys had, 10 people?
Yeah, the second year was when we went out there in the snow real bad. It was real bad. That was in 2019 or 2020.
And then the third year, I believe, is when I joined in.
21, 22.
But he's had multiple walks.
Multiple, because there's like a winter walk, the summer walk, a fall walk. Yeah, there's multiple.
There's been multiple.
Multiple. Randy's done it a lot. And I seen that Randy got an award.
Oh, Jinx.
People kind of just gave it to him.
So glad. You're welcome. Yeah. So Titanic says he thinks 6. but I think it's been more.
6
because
what?
6 walks. But I think it's been
No, it's
more
been more than
because
that.
we've had multiple each year.
Well, there was 3 in 2021.
Yeah.
The one where I met you, and then we had another one in April, and then we had another one later on in the year where we
Yeah, and I
filmed that one
surprised you
video.
by coming to that one.
Yeah, there's 3 of them because that's when we did the replace the memorial. You know.
Yes. So
That
now
was
all
cool.
of you know I like psychics. You may not. Sterling may not. But one of this year at the walk was a little different for me. And the reason for that is I didn't have a camera. Mark had the camera. He took video and everything. And I got to walk out on the new bridge. And they have these little bump outs, right? And so I went and sat down on the bridge. You know me, I like sitting on the bridge. Sat down on the bridge in one of these bump outs, and it was the perfect view of down the creek, right? And I got to stare off in that direction. And nobody was really by me, and I got to talk to the girls the way that I like to talk to the girls. And then Mark came and sat by me, and then Vid Intuitions came and sat by me. And so I just got to be there in the moment, not really answer a whole lot of questions when everybody was by the bridge, just be there in the moment with myself and my thoughts. And I said I wasn't going to go to the site because everything's grown up and I hate spiders. But wouldn't you know it, Greeno, I took my sister there.
You did, Paula?
It was the first time Paula went there. Yep.
I am so shocked. Good job, Paula, wherever you're at. I know you're going to watch this eventually.
She did phenomenal. She did better than I did on those hills. And I got to give the assist to Deborah Edwards because she came with and she stayed at the top of that big incline hill. And
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And at least pulled me up. Paula made it. She just walked right up, but she pulled me up so that I can walk back. But yeah, I took Paula there, and we get down that steep incline and go over the littler one. And Paula says to me, "Are we close?" And I said, "Yep." And she goes, "We're here." And I said, "Yes, we are here." And she goes, "Okay." And we were kind of looking around, and she said, "Is it in this area here?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay." And then she kind of walked forward, and I left. I backed up and went over by Deborah. And I think, Anthony, you know why I did that. I've told you that Paula has some special gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted her to have time there by herself. I feel bad now because of what she told me afterwards and how her energy was so zapped, and she was very emotional, and I'm glad she did it, but at the same time I feel bad because I put her through that. So
yeah,
there are things that she did see there and that she told me about, and she does not know this case inside out. She has to ask me, which one's the blonde one? And I have to tell her that was Libby. She goes, "Okay, and Abby is the little one?" And I'm like, "Yep." So, there were some things and visions that she saw that she said they were horrific. Horrific. And just breaks my heart.
Well, we can really only imagine too, especially with the release of these documents recently.
Yeah.
Like causes of death, which is what I've assumed it to be the entire time. I don't think there's anything changed about that.
No.
That was one of the things I was hoping we could get it. Oh yeah, that was one of the things. I've been busy moving countries and stuff, and I've been out of the loop for a while. So since those documents, that was one of the things I wanted to just talk about briefly, if we could.
Yeah.
Is what we've learned with these documents. Because I saw Greeno, I saw your show, I know, and I know you said it wasn't really much. Some witnesses' names I heard you say, and when you were just touching on like the cause of death, which I heard it was with a knife. I didn't hear really other details than that. And then what else did I hear? That he had allegedly made some confessions, perhaps even to his wife, and then somebody else said his mom. I'm not sure what's true.
Mom.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did I leave out? What am I wrong about? Yeah, if you don't mind.
You're right.
Items taken in his house during the search warrant.
What did they include again?
Yep.
A bunch of shit.
Included.
No, I was saying what was included. Oh, it was like clothing, like a Carhartt.
So you
whole bunch of stuff. I have the list. Do you have the list?
It's crazy. So the gun was taken, magazines were taken, clothes were taken, and it's not just the blue jacket, multiple clothing
Black
was taken.
jackets too.
Jackets,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
a knife
and things like that. Then you have the 17 cell phones they found.
You said how many?
17. Then you had probably half a dozen SD cards and laptops.
How many?
Wouldn't you say about half a dozen of each?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's totally uncommon to have that many. Let's say he has one, wife has one, daughter's probably been through a couple, we'll say.
And they could be like, maybe they're the type, like the 17 cell phones, maybe they're the type that never gets rid of a cell phone. Like I'm that way. I have every iPhone that I've ever had.
Daughter's is all combined. Yeah, I know, and I know people like that too.
You guys don't get rid of your old laptops and cell phones?
I've been afraid to. I've been afraid somebody will get the information off of it or something, or maybe it'll be worth something in 100 years. Dude, I keep them. I'm weird. I don't know.
Make money off of cell phones right now.
I collect cameras. I mean, I collect all sorts of cameras from the old 1800s or 1900s until early 1900s until now. I collect.
Yes, and that was another thing. They collected a bunch of different types of knives.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get back to it. Sorry. All right. Yeah.
Nope,
all right.
You're okay. But
bunch of knives, bunch of cameras, stuff like that. Computers stuff. What else? Clothing, the blue and black jackets, rope, gloves.
Bunch of stuff. They collected it.
A bunch of weird stuff. It doesn't say anything in there about a cat, though. A dead cat. I will say that.
It doesn't say anything about a cat?
It doesn't say anything in there about digging up an animal.
Okay. So, and then if we cover that, then the alleged confessions or admissions of guilt. We don't know what he said exactly.
So we do not know what he said exactly. We do know that he supposedly confessed to his wife several times. She hung up on him.
Right.
After that phone call is when he went into his downward spiral, not eating, not sleeping for days. Oh yeah, this was the big one that we picked up on. There was 2 magazines, okay? One with 9 shells in it, one with 8 shells in it.
Okay.
So is that one that's missing?
No, I wouldn't say so. Not after this much time. Not after this much time. I would say no. He's used it since then.
Yeah.
For certain, he's used it since then. I would definitely say he's used it. And the Indiana State Police. Well, I guess they didn't use it. They did use it, but they didn't use like his ammunition. You know what I mean?
Or
maybe they did. Maybe they did use his ammunition just to show it's the same.
But if there was one in the chamber, maybe could that be the one?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, that's true. That could be one in the chamber right there.
Yeah. So
I'm sure there was. He actually did say there was one in the chamber.
Yes.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
So they have definitely interviewed the wife because she is now on the witness list for the prosecution.
Yeah, she's on the witness list. So they cannot compel her to testify. If she doesn't want to, they can't force her.
Because they're married.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I faded for a minute. She just got added, or we just discovered that she's on the list, or she's always been on the list?
Discovered she was on the witness list.
We don't know. We don't know when she got on the list.
No.
Well, I would assume they would list. Okay, they would have listed her as a witness right away because they interviewed her about him, and he's the person that they arrested. So they would have issued. I'm sure that whoever else was there is probably listed as a witness too.
Okay.
You know, just because they had to interview.
But now the fact that we know he confessed to her several times in these phone calls.
Okay.
She's definitely going to be on the witness list if she chooses to testify about that.
Well, they could enter that phone call into evidence allegedly, or it could be even a video call. We don't know. I assume, right? And they could enter that into evidence without her necessarily being there, I would imagine. But but the prosecution has her on the witness list. They want her to testify. That's interesting. Okay. All right. But not the defense didn't have her on the list.
Well, they only gave the prosecution witness list, right?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, the prosecution has released their discovery. The defense has not yet released theirs. They're still discovering facts.
Oh, right. And then they'll release their witness list once they've had a chance to do that.
Yep. Well,
once they decide it. So the discovery is going to be everything that they plan to use for defense at trial, right? So they want, after the prosecution gives them everything they got, which is a shit ton, and they can look through all these police records and interviews and stuff like that, which is a shit ton, they will get, I mean, then, you know what I mean? It's just
then they'll have a chance. That makes sense. They got to have a chance to go through discovery to formulate their witness list. They don't know yet who they want to call.
Right.
I get it. I understand. I think I get it. Okay, so excuse me. Number one, the confessions that he maybe made would 100% be admissible. Yes or no? Normally, yes. Like the admissions he made to his wife, like that would be admissible, right? But what if how could it get thrown out? Like if he was determined to be out of his mind during that time or something?
They're trying to say that the reason he said those things is because of his deteriorating condition, because he's housed at Westville and going through this horrible, horrible treatment.
But what we found out in those documents, which is really, really important, is that he was just fine
until his wife started
until what now?
He was just fine before this. Up until he made that phone call to his wife and she hung up on him. He was fine. He was eating, he was sleeping, he was exercising, he was in a good mood, good spirit, everything. Well, after she hung up on him, he broke his tablet and he down spiraled.
Well, okay. Good. But now, you know, I'm gonna go into my defense mode again.
Right.
But hold on now. But like, you know, if that was your connection to the outside world, which I understand he was making calls and text and stuff, and you know, and you smashed it, and I don't know, I heard it cost $250, and they gave it to him. And then they
replaced it right away for him.
Oh, he has a new one now?
He had a new one.
Yeah, they'll give you one.
The documents that they replaced it for him and they didn't charge him for it.
Oh, maybe I thought the first one I thought they said the first one they gave him they didn't charge him for, and that's the one he smashed.
Right. He had one tablet.
Yeah, he got another one. Yep.
Made the phone call. She hung up on him. He smashed it. They replaced it.
Oh, I thought I remember it saying they gave him the very first one without him buying it. They gave him that one, and that's the one he smashed, and now he doesn't have one.
No, he has one. They replaced it without charging him for it.
Okay.
He was
Okay. I'll have to go back and read that again.
He started refusing to eat. So after he had the fight with his wife, he admitted to her during that phone call that he had killed the girls 5 or 6 times.
Allegedly,
yeah.
That's what's said, yeah.
And then he stopped eating. He stopped sleeping. This is when he started losing the weight. And he started looking really rough. Well, when you don't sleep or eat for days on end,
right,
it's going to affect your health, and it's going to affect your mental health.
Sure.
So now it did not state how long this went on for.
So, but like, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It did state that he snapped out of it. He started eating, he started sleeping, and he started exercising and showering again. And his mood was just like it was before this call happened.
Okay.
Is that what you were getting out of that one document, Anthony? Because that's where I'm getting that from.
It seems like he's fine. He's just dealing with his wife's leaving him, man. He's realizing it. Like,
how you know that? How you know
sold the house?
She's selling the house. She ain't talked to him since. She ain't been to visit him. He ain't made a phone call. He's spiraling, dude. Look, he is going through what any man goes through if you've been in jail and you've had your girlfriend leave you while you're there, dude. Especially your wife, man, of a long time. All of a sudden, you get in a fight and you admit that, yes, the reason I'm here is because I did this, and it's that. And she's like, click, and doesn't talk to you no more. To me, and then he's freaking out, dude. Now he's like, man, dude, it's over. I'm toast. I'm here forever. That's it.
So yes, Rescue the Dog. She hung up on him and he smashed it. He has not made one phone call since then.
Yeah, and I thought that's why I thought, because he didn't have a device, and so now that
he does have a device,
he has a device and hasn't attempted to call his wife again.
Yep,
that doesn't sound right.
It's over, dude.
Interesting. That's interesting, because a confession could have sounded like, you know what, fine. You know what, I did it. You know what, I did it. Everybody thinks it. Just, everyone already think. Go ahead, yeah, I did it, or something like that. You know what I mean? They can consider that an admission, and I don't know. I'm just going to be interested to see the transcripts or hear it or see it. I'd love to hear it.
I think eventually we will.
She would just hang up on him if he just did that.
Well, if he's admitting to it, yeah, I did it, and she knows it's being recorded, she'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm not even.
Yeah, true.
You know what? You're being an idiot saying that on a recorded line, like click.
Sucks that they can't talk about it.
Right. So I got to ask you guys a question. This has been floating around the internet. So people are saying that the police were in the Allen's driveway for 12 hours, but the search warrant said they only searched 2 hours.
I believe the search warrant.
Right, because that's official.
Yeah. I don't know who these people are. I know that when I went to the neighbor's house of Richard's, the house directly to the right, if you're looking at his house, she didn't want to say anything. So I know that she said that she wouldn't make any comment on any of the news or anything like that. So yeah. I don't think that they were there for 12 hours. They weren't
Is it possible they were like on site for 12 hours but only searching for 2? Because I don't know. That's
what I thought. Maybe they're just not searching, but keeping how they go and they post somebody at the residence until they can get the search warrant.
Oh,
so that nobody goes in and out.
Maybe. I assumed that they had it. Does it not have a date on the search warrant? Like, do we not know when they got it?
A date? It was like what was the date on the 13th?
But is that the same day it was like you see what I'm saying?
I think they executed the search warrant pretty darn. When did they get the search warrant? When was the search warrant approved?
Maybe it's always on the same day. I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the same day.
So, okay, all right. Or maybe they just wanted to keep him talking and see him sweat a little bit. Maybe they made him wait and see if he'd open up and say something. I don't know. Maybe they were waiting 12 hours, just bullshitting, excuse me, and just waiting on the wife to come home. Maybe, who knows, man? I don't know.
I can't get to my documents right now because I had to put everything on the external hard drive.
Oh my gosh. You know what? You can get there.
I know I can, but I had to unplug that to plug in my camera.
Yeah, I gotcha.
No worries. We don't have to find it now. I'm sure someone in the chat's probably already got it, or we can find it next time.
Yeah.
But
all I know is that they said they did mental health tests on him, and he is not what they considered mentally insane right now.
Oh, really? That was in
those documents.
It said what? It's the document said what now? That he's not insane.
They performed tests on him for mental capacity and all that stuff, and they said he was not considered insane, and that yes, his mood had deteriorated, but that he wasn't eating and sleeping, and he passed all the tests.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So he's fine. He's fine. He looks more like Bridge Guy now, I think, than he does when he was arrested.
Have you seen the photographs going around online with half of his face and half of the old sketch?
I think I have.
Oh, maybe. My God.
Yeah.
Why we got it? Let me look it up.
No, but what you're supposed to do, remember, you're supposed to take the old guy sketch and the new guy sketch, put them over each other, then put Richard Allen on top of that, and then blur it and rearrange it, and that's when.
Yeah, I personally think the young guy sketch was more the photo of the catfish.
That's what I thought. That's what I've always thought. And they didn't want to say they were wrong about that.
That ended up being the cop from Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how stupid did they look by doing that?
They would only look stupid if they came out and admitted that that's what they did. So I think that's why they didn't. You know what I mean?
Did you find that image, Anthony?
No, I don't know which one we're talking about here. Are we talking about the old guy sketch and Richard Allen?
It was the old guy sketch and Richard Allen, like half and half.
No, I don't see a half and half. I mean, yeah, I guess I do. Here it is.
It might be like 60-40.
Depends which picture it is.
Let's see. I can't be bothered to look these things up.
Hang on.
Sterling's got it all in his file.
I can't be bothered.
All right, here. Yeah, I guess I found something here. Shit, maybe not.
I just had it the other day,
but I tell you another thing. Go ahead.
No, I'm sending it to her. Go ahead.
Oh, but I'll tell you another thing. It don't matter what it don't matter what it looks like. It don't look the same as if you put half of his face and half of Daniel Nation's. You know what I'm just saying? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you think,
you know what, I love. This is why I like talking to Sterling, because he's like that. He's like brother that you want to punch all the time.
Come on, my brother punched me a lot. My brother punched me a lot. Actually.
This is the one.
He punched me a lot. Older brother. Anyway, it didn't change anything. Okay, so all right, boom. What else? So what else? I'm sorry. Oh, you got the photo?
Yeah, I sent 2 photos. One photo is something I wanted to bring up and talk about.
Come on.
Anyway, go ahead. What are you talking about, Turtle?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that we got everything in these documents. Make sure we didn't miss anything. I think we covered definitely like 90% of it. But I tell you one. Go ahead.
I definitely want to go over them again.
Okay.
Because I did it so quickly that day that they came out.
Okay.
All right. So I'm showing this picture.
That's the only one I could find.
I mean, yeah. I think that's the one I saw.
there's a better one, but I can't find it now.
Yeah. I tried to Google it and I couldn't find anything.
It's basically looks like this. It is a little bit better. The eyes are squared up a little bit better, but yeah, I mean, you get the point pretty much. It might be the same photo that I saw. I'm not sure actually.
I mean, I think he looks just like the bridge guy.
I do too.
You would. But what about his shoe size is 6.5? Did someone tell me that? Did I hear that?
I guess. I don't know. They took size 6.5 shoes. That
he
could
wears
be someone else.
Who took a 6.5 shoe? What do you mean?
Police during a search warrant.
Oh, that's where they got that from.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not necessarily his.
We don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess I don't know.
The heck.
I mean, like, is that normal for a man to wear 6.5?
If you're little like that, I guess.
No way, dude. No way. That's little. The 6.5 is like a junior size, isn't it? I think I remember because, like, you know, if you bought the Jordans in under size 7,
maybe it was the daughters when she was younger.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe, who knows? Anyway,
what are you doing, Marv?
I'm trying to bring this up.
Okay, I see that.
Okay, so somebody did this on Twitter.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one either.
It's like adding a beard to a kid. I don't think so. Not for me. That's not doing it.
To me, that looks silly.
I don't think that sketch has anything to do with this whole case. I think they screwed up by going in that direction when they're like, "Oh, we're going in a new direction."
And who was it? Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought, Anthony.
Nothing. That was just a big screw up, man. I've called that since the get go. I'm like, that dude is not 18 to 40 on that bridge. Is 40 to 50 years old.
Yeah, that's what I thought. First impression, and still to this day.
Yeah, and it's right on the money. That's exactly how old he was. 44. He's 50 now, right? Yeah, he was like 44 at the time of the crime. 45.
You just tell the way he's walking, like his dad jeans and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's not a what do you call that? A 20-year-old.
It's not a teenager. It's not a teenager. You know? No. What was I going to say? Shoot. Oh, but the other thing, and it's off topic though, but if I don't mention it, my little squirrel brain, I'll forget. Is it when Beyond was up here earlier? She left right as I was coming up. But I was going to ask her, what are these audio things that she's releasing with the subtitles, and it's like people talking over each other, and like what? Someone tell me what's going on with this.
So when Hannah Shakespeare and them were doing this documentary, they would get together and do planning sessions. And this is the recording of one of those planning sessions with all the different people who were in that planning session talking about the case. That's what you're hearing.
Yeah.
But it sounded like they had some firsthand knowledge.
Well, we were all just there. So there was a bunch of people that were selected to go to participate in a Lifetime television documentary series about the Delphi murders. And like during this, there would be meetings and stuff like that with Hannah, and people would just talk about it. And that's when it was recorded. But it was like that. These were things that were said at the time, like you can't tell nobody about this because it's confidential.
Right.
So I think that may have inspired.
So it's not necessarily facts and truth.
Oh, okay.
It's what they thought their opinions were at the time, and their theories were, and stuff that they did know at the time.
And who are they? Tell me who are. And you said Hannah is Meow. Who's Hannah?
Shakespeare is the producer.
She's
okay.
Of Lifetime television.
Okay. And all right, cool. But that answers pretty much. Yeah, that clears that up. But we can go back to the documents. I just didn't want to not ask that question for like the 5th time. I almost forgot.
Okay, so what about the documents? So what else do we reveal? We know that the people's names.
Yes. That shocked me.
See, and that gets rid of a lot of the speculation that's going around out there about who's who what.
What's shocking
really
about it? Wait, what happened?
Well, what shocked me was when they did the
Good.
list of names, they named all the witnesses, right? The very young girls, they used their initials. But then as you were reading through the documents, they listed their names. So we know who the muddy and bloody woman is that says she saw him muddy and bloody on the road. We know who
Betsy?
the three young witnesses are, because they named them.
And now I'm going to do that reenactment.
Hold on. Okay, so they got muddy and bloody. They got the 3 juveniles. What about that other woman that said she wasn't there? What other woman? What about her?
They gave her name too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned,
dude.
And hold on. Let me ask another question. So all the people we just named are on the prosecution's witness list? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, every single one of them. The 3 juveniles, the muddy bloody, everybody.
The 4th woman that said she saw Abby and Libby.
They're on the list.
All on the prosecution witness list.
Interesting.
But when you look at the witness list on that page in that document, that's where it gives the initials of the 3 juvenile girls. But once you go and read into that one report, it actually names everybody. It doesn't use their initials. It names them.
Yeah, and I didn't know if they just named them or they were on the witness list. I just wanted to make sure that we were going to hear from each one of these witnesses.
Yeah.
Or did they only pick and choose of the witness? You know what I mean?
No, they've got them all on there.
On the witness list. They're going to be on the stand.
We're thinking so because they're listed. Well, you know how it is in a case.
You froze for like 1 second, but you're good.
You have your witness list. That doesn't mean that all of them are going to actually be called as witnesses.
Oh, would you say that again? Marv, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Please say that watching again. These trials that I watch, initially you have your initial witness list, right?
Right.
That doesn't mean that all of those witnesses are actually going to be called during trial. Okay. But I would think these would be because they are the key witnesses for him.
Like, I didn't know if they wanted to exclude the one juvenile maybe who says that, the prosecution might want to exclude the one who said she saw a person all in black, for example. That's what I was going for. I didn't know I'd be very surprised if they do. If the prosecution does call her, that'd be kind of not great for the prosecution's case, I would think. But anyway.
Thank you, Carly, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Isn't that your mud?
Yeah, that's his.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, there were some pretty big bombshells in just 2 documents.
Okay, so hold up. So who else is on the prosecution's witness list?
Me.
No.
Sterling's like.
There is, okay, so you've got the 3 juveniles, the muddy bloody, the 4th female, then you have his wife.
All right.
You have investigators or
law enforcement.
Whatever. But otherwise, nobody else kind of surprised me, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, expert.
The ballistics expert, or who else?
They have experts for everything.
We don't know
from Indiana State Police Laboratory. That's the thing, is it just lists any expert from Indiana State Police Laboratory Forensic Divisions, which means anything. Okay, so that basically leaves it open, dude. And then the defense is going to respond with their supplemental discovery, which is going to say, we're going to call any expert that the state calls as a witness. That way you can rebuttal what they're saying.
But don't they have
don't specify who?
But for the okay, but the defense to get, do they have to get approval to call a witness? Because isn't that, I guess both are on the state's dime, but
no approval, man. You just whoever you want to call, you call.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Now, have either one of you seen Fig's new video? Fig solves?
No, I haven't.
I don't watch a lot of his videos.
Okay. This video, I encourage everybody to go watch because, let me find it.
I might have seen a part of it.
This is a woman that Jennifer Coffendorfer.
Wow, that's the name.
Oh,
I've never heard of her.
She's big time. She was with the FBI and everything else. So
okay.
I follow her on Twitter. She talked about the bullet in this video.
Oh yeah,
that was found between the bodies. And she flat out said, this is going to come down to who the jury believes as the experts in this case.
Now, okay.
You did a great job describing the bullet and what they were looking at and everything. But in the end, she says it's going to come down to who's got the best expert and which expert the jury believes the most.
Okay. So in the last video that I did when I was talking about people subpoenaing documents, I included in there a segment about the ballistic evidence. And there was someone from the Innocence Project talking about how 33% of wrongful convictions are based on, forensic evidence, and that includes firearm ballistics. So, and she said that, and then that's something that Alan's defense attorneys are challenging is, the warrant to get all that, which that's what, I'm curious as to how that's going to go, but
yeah,
that's something that was talked about. Like, could that, man, if that gets thrown out, the firearm, then everything else that they find is you can't even use it.
Right. That's why we're all waiting on pins and needles to find out what happens with this.
I would say that even if they don't get rid of the warrant, even if they get an expert that's compellingly for the defense that compellingly says that, hey, look, I don't care what that other guy told you, you cannot track one of these extracted projectiles back to the specific 6 hour that it came from. You just can't do it with 100% confidence. I've tried it. He's never tried it. He didn't show you that he tried it. I've tried it and I can't do it. And if that happens, the fact that he was out there and that he kind of was wearing the thing, I don't think it's quite enough. If that bullet falls, the whole thing falls. And I don't think the search warrant has to fall for that to happen. If the search warrant falls, then yeah, absolutely, Greeno, you got a good point. The whole thing's going to be dismissed at that point, probably.
Yeah, dismissed. They would dismiss it.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy, dude. Then you know what would happen?
That's one of the nightmares I have. What do you think? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She was more concerned. Jennifer Coffendorfer was more concerned with them recording Richard Allen's conversations with his lawyers, whether it was just a camera in the window or what. She went off on that one.
Yeah, because little things like that might, technicality can mess the whole thing up. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And I can't stick around for long. My battery's dying, but if it does die here, it was great to talk to both of you. I think we covered the documents release. We covered the Meow audio releases. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go say goodnight, guys. Oh, and Greeno, take me with you next time you go to the Nike outlet, bro.
I got
good night, y'all.
All right. I need you to entertain the audience for a minute so I can go to the ladies' room.
Pull me up on the screen. Let me hold on. Just a second. Okay. Don't go yet. Give me just a moment.
Hurry up.
Okay, just allow me to...
You want to share?
Yep, just share my screen.
Did you send it?
No, I'm sending it.
Oh, here it goes.
What's going on YouTube? I'm Anthony Greeno.
Okay, so I'll keep him entertained with something that I talked about the other day.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay, excellent. All right, everybody. So she'll be right back. So I'm just going to show you guys my most recent video. It's talking about some crimes over in Seattle. Since we're just having a live chat, we're just going to talk about some things. I guess I will show you guys this. These are some cases out in Seattle, Washington. So check it out. And I'll just be sitting here chilling with y'all.
What's going on YouTube? I'm Anthony Greeno, and right here I've got a ticket to the Space Needle. Cases that have remained unsolved for years. Join us as we delve into the mysteries surrounding the deaths of Jeffrey Ramseth, the disappearance of Stanley Chandler, and the tragic shooting of Sandra Lee Smithson. Let's begin our investigation. Our first case takes us back to May 29th, 1999, in downtown Seattle. Jeffrey Ramseth, a devoted father of 3 and a pharmacist at a local supermarket, met a tragic end while assisting a coworker. While waiting by her idling car after a baby shower, a mysterious truck pulled up. An assailant wielding a gun with a laser sight took aim at Jeffrey and his pregnant coworker. In a heroic act, Jeffrey pushed his coworker down, saving her from the hail of bullets but sacrificing his own life. Despite his kind-hearted nature and lack of enemies, the investigation into Jeffrey's murder has hit a dead end. We spoke with Jim Ramseth, Jeffrey's father, who still grieves the loss of his son after all these years.
Well, we all just want to see someone do the right thing. And that's all we've asked for this entire time, is just for someone to do what's right.
We also heard from Jeffrey's coworkers at the QFC supermarket, who remember him as a dedicated and kind-hearted pharmacist. Despite their efforts, the case remains unresolved. If you have any information regarding the tragic death of Jeffrey Ramseth, please come forward. Let's bring justice to his grieving family. Moving on to our next case. As we turn our attention to Stanley Chandler, who vanished without a trace on May 18, 1990. After spending time at his mother's home, Stanley left with plans to return to his house in Seattle, Washington. However, he never made it home. Authorities believe Stanley may have been involved in the drug trade at the time of his disappearance, but details surrounding the case are scarce. We spoke with law enforcement officials who continue to investigate Stanley's disappearance after more than 32 years. The lack of media attention has led to a severe lack of awareness about this case. Tonight, we urge anyone with information about Stanley Chandler's whereabouts or what may have happened to him to come forward and help shed light on this enduring mystery. Finally, we focus on the tragic shooting of Sandra Lee Smithson, a Native American woman from the Yakima tribe. Sandra was shot in the abdomen during the early morning hours of July 12, 2003, in a random act of violence. She was accompanied by an unknown male companion who was also injured but survived. Sandra, a loving mother of 3, had faced struggles in her life, including the loss of custody of her children and reported history of drug use. We spoke with members of Sandra's family who described her as a petite woman with a big family, a broad smile, and an adventurous spirit. They expressed the pain of losing a beloved family member and shared the difficulties Sandra faced throughout her life. As we continue to uncover the details surrounding Sandra's tragic death, we must not forget that she was one of numerous missing and murdered Indigenous women in the United States. We urge the public to come forward with any information that may help identify the alleged suspect in his 30s or 40s who remains at large. Let's work together to bring justice for Sandra and the countless other Indigenous women affected by these crimes. What's up, YouTube? I'm Anthony Greeno, and I am in Post Alley, and this is called the Gum Wall. And if you don't know what I mean, take a look at this. So that's all chewed up gum from people, and there is millions of pieces of gum. This is crazy. So I'm here at the gum wall with gum. We're gonna find a place to put it. So
are we gonna video this shit?
I'm videoing it right now.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right here on top of their DNA. So now, right there is my DNA.
And mine.
And hers.
I don't know if I'd want to touch that.
Okay, right.
And I know. Let's keep it full Southern style. I hope that by shedding light on these cases, we can generate new leads and help bring closure to the families affected by these tragedies.
That was gross.
Information about Jeffrey Ramseth, Stanley
It is gross, isn't it?
Sandra Lee Smithson. Please contact the appropriate authorities.
All right, I got it. All right, I just played that while you was gone. I just
Thank
gave us
you.
something to watch.
Stories.
Yep. So
Oh
the
my
gum wall.
goodness.
And remember,
How do I stop that? There we go. Yeah. So the gum wall in Seattle. Oh my gosh, it's a place called Post Alley, right? So
Yeah.
it's an alley that you're walking up this hill, and as you're walking up this hill, you get to a place where it's like it says Post Alley on that sign right there, right? But then there's gum on every side of everywhere you can look, all the way down this wall, all the way down this wall, up high, and then there's stuff like spray painted and cool art and stuff like that that's right there. It's actually a pretty neat place, but just to think about, like, ew.
I'm there
Man,
with you. Oh my yuck.
Freaked out during COVID. Don't go down that alley. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
so anyway, so the walk in Delphi, I saw some pictures, I saw some photos.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It was, you know how emotional I was the first time I was there. This time was like way worse.
Really?
Yeah. Teary-eyed. That feeling that I get from the girls was like reverberating through my whole body that day. You could totally feel them there. I wasn't in the parking lot not even 10 minutes with Randy, and we saw the first hawk and a cardinal.
Oh yeah, the cardinal. They're
always there when we're there, flying around. It's crazy. You just know that I can feel them. I know that they're there with us. And like I said, I just got to, I didn't focus on a lot. I mean, in the beginning, in the parking lot and on the way there, yeah, I talked to people and everything. But then when I got to the bridge, I more focused on what I was feeling and just the girls, and I mean, and then you go walking down that path. You know what path I'm talking about? That steep hill, and you get to that area, and you're there. You know it.
Yeah, and I did a lot of videos about that, and that was one thing that when I did that for the very first time, it was different. I think that the second time I went down there was with Tony Garner, Michael Catt, and myself. Back in 2018, I think it was. That was my second time to that actual site.
Yeah.
It's sad to go down there, if you think about it.
It is. It is. And I think a part of them is always going to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. It's sad. So it's like, let me think here. When we're looking at that area, right, and we're down there in the crime scene, and you look up and we say that according to this witness list, someone saw him muddy and bloody, right, walking on the north side of County Road 300, which would have been on the side of the Mears house. That's the north side of the road. Okay. So they're saying he was on that side of the road walking towards his car, towards the CPS building.
Right.
When they saw him. Now, why would he be on that side of the road? You know what I mean? I don't understand that. Maybe it was be on that side of the road to be away from the cars that are coming towards him instead of being on the same side as them. But I don't know.
Well, he was walking. Most of the cars I see go from Freedom, or not Freedom Bridge, the other one.
Like Wilson's
Bridge towards the parking lot, right? That's
right.
Where I see most of the traffic flowing is that way. There are some cars that come from the parking lot towards Wilson's Bridge. So maybe he thought he wouldn't be seeing as well if he was walking with the traffic. They would see his back.
Yeah, that's true. They would see his back, and that's probably what he wanted. And he wasn't thinking about people on the other side. And then, I mean, he probably was, but he's probably more worried about people right next to him. So, okay, so that makes, man, that's so crazy.
I know.
A lot of the questions that I've always wondered about this case have been answered. The only last thing that I need to know is, why did he do that?
Why? Mark, it was so nice to meet you two at the walk. I enjoyed talking to you. Yeah, the big question now is why? Why?
Yeah, why did he kill him? What was the reasoning for it? I still think it was a sex crime.
Well, if the rumors are true about them finding CSAM on his multiple devices and getting a special prosecutor for that.
How do we know that?
That's the rumors going around right now.
If he has that, he's connected to Klein.
Yep.
Somehow.
And it's exactly what I said. He can actually say he does not know Keegan Klein because he physically does not know him face to face, but he knows him through screen names through CSAM.
That's a possibility. I think that's a good possibility there. I do think that.
Because the rumor is that they're bringing in a special prosecution for just the CSAM stuff on his computers.
I think they would. Yeah, he would be charged in a separate case for that.
And DGR Dave brings up a good point. Power and control.
Yeah. What, for Richard Allen?
Grooming these girls, having power over them. Yeah. It's all about power and control. And Doug Carter said that.
I wonder what went through his head when he saw his picture pop up on the news. You know what I mean? I wonder, was he at any of these events that we were at? Was he there? You know what I mean? Like,
I do not. I can honestly say I do not ever remember seeing him at any of the walks.
No, I don't think he was at any of the walks. I've got almost all of them videotaped. You know what I mean? So I don't remember seeing him at any of the walks. This is the one I'm really curious about. At the beginning, the 1 year mark, there was a prayer vigil, right? In this big event that they had that I was asked to leave, okay, because someone there, right? There, everybody was there, and it was at the church that was right there by his house. Okay, so I wonder if he was there that night. I wonder. I really wonder. I really do. I wonder if he was there. There was a lot of people. There was a whole bunch of people, and it was for the whole community, right? So there was a ton of people there, and the news was there and everything. I just wonder if he was there then. I really want to know that. I really wish that I could see the lights and stuff like that. Or the cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From that day. That's what I wish for.
And I cannot see this being the first time he's done this.
I can.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see. I think it is. I don't think he's killed anybody else. I think that he just, I don't know, man. I think that he just, some urge overwhelmed him and he did whatever he did. Why do you think he did it before?
I just don't see your first time being killing 2 girls like that in broad daylight.
Don't think he intended to kill him. I don't think he intended to kill him at all. I think he intended to assault them sexually. That's what I think his intention was. And I think they freaked out or something like that. And it went bad. That's what I think. And I think that's probably going to be his excuse when it comes down to it, is something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it'll be interesting once this trial starts and we get all the facts.
I don't think we're going to go to trial, to be honest. I don't think we're going to have a trial at all. I think he's going to eventually just plead guilty.
You think so?
I hope he does. I hope he pleads guilty and just spares all this. Look, I made the video, right? The most recent video I made I was talking about the murder sheet. Did you ever watch it?
Murder sheet?
I was talking about the murder sheet, asking about these documents. And so some people were asking me, and I kind of agree with the same thing, is, you know, them asking for these documents to be released. As much as I kind of want it, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird because it's like, I don't know. Okay, so in the video, I said that some people think that they may be overstepping their boundaries. I am one of the people that probably believe that too. And people are like, well, all podcasters overstep their boundaries when it comes to the Delphi case. But the thing that I was making was, yeah, I've been in the Delphi case for a while and I've like done certain things. But when it comes down to finding out who the bridge guy is, and I think that we found that out already, he's been arrested. Now it's going through the court phase. I would never interject myself into anything with the courts, because then you could screw up what's going on, because now it's illegal. And by submitting document requests and things like that to the court and talking about they're not doing this right, they're not doing that right, the handling of the case is skewed, man, that could potentially line up Richard Allen for a not guilty defense inadvertently by somebody. And that's what I'm worried about, because this case means a lot to me, and it's meant a lot to me so much that I don't even talk about it that much anymore because I'm so worried that something that someone's going to say is going to screw up the case, and I don't want to see that happen.
And none of us want that to happen.
No, nobody wants that to happen. I keep thinking about that. What Cop Facts said a few years ago about people doing that, saying certain things. Like if you go on there and say this person did it, this person did it, this person did it, this person did it, and jury members happen to see that, even though they ask you, have you seen anything in the media, on TV,
right,
that could sway your opinion, you're supposed to say no. But people lie because maybe they want to be a part of the fame, convicting the bridge guy, in Delphi or whatever, have that to be on that jury. So they may say those things and they may be influenced by something that a personality on YouTube says. So I try to be even more careful now.
Yeah. No, I get that. But look at it this way. We were all wrong.
On which parts?
Our person of interest.
Oh yeah. With the guessing who it is.
Yeah, we were all wrong.
Everybody was wrong.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? I always wonder if he would have even been arrested if he didn't go and talk to that dude himself.
No,
probably wouldn't.
I don't think so.
Never would have been able to identify him.
No.
He's the one who made the mistake.
If he had not talked to that conservation officer, I don't think he would have ever been looked at.
Yep.
Because he admitted he was there that day in those clothes. That's what bit him.
Leaving after they got
would have
killed.
Never known.
And the thing is he went and told them. I wonder if he went and told them that before they released the picture of the guy. When did they release the picture? On the 15th, I believe it was. The 15th of February.
Something
it was
like
the 15th. The 15th of February, they released a picture. And then a couple days later, they had another big thing on February. I think it was the 22nd.
Well, and you see how drastically he changed his appearance after that.
I can't tell which pictures was which. So I remember the one that he had on the blue coat, he had a little thin goatee. The one in the car, that to me looks like the bridge guy. That was taken in December, November, before the murders. 2 to 3 months before.
And then look at him with the longer beard. He bulked up, shaved his head. I mean, completely changed his looks.
I wish I could talk to Kathy and just be like, what was he like? Now his house is for sale. What was he like? I know someone bought that quick, man. Someone bought that for a tourist attraction. That's what it is. Yeah. Hey, you want to see the bed that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So weird, dude. I cannot believe that.
I know.
I was just thinking about that. I was watching Indie Archives drone footage. Okay. And he was filming Richard Allen in the van. They go by CVS. And I bet he was looking out that window, wondering, or just thinking like, man, there's work, See you later.
I went into CVS twice while I was there. Huh?
See the sign that says that they've cooperated with police and stuff?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that too, Digital, that his parents bought it, but I don't know who for sure who did.
Yeah. That's crazy if they did. I wonder why. Maybe they just sell it. I don't know. Why would they do that? Just to have it, I guess. It's never going to be the same. I can't wait till people find out what actually happened.
Right.
Does the person even know
I'm
what
sure.
happened? You know what I mean? They don't have to tell you that.
No,
the realtor. Oh, this is a lovely house. Good neighbors. Great people. People here before you. Excellent people.
But on the other hand, the previous owner is in prison or is in jail, and
he's a local celebrity. You'll see his picture everywhere.
Being put on trial for the murder of 2 teenage kids. Now, I know, like, with the Shanann Watts house, I think somebody local bought that. And so they knew what happened. But I think you're right. I don't think they have to tell somebody if there was a murder there or not.
Just like they don't tell you if someone died, like that's why the house is for sale or anything like that. So, there is a possibility that whoever does buy it doesn't know. Maybe there's someone from away from the area,
Maybe.
Because there are tons of people that don't know anything about these cases. So
I know.
For someone, I mean, just Tabitha, just what we were talking about just there a few minutes ago.
So, speaking of Tabitha, I took a walk with Mark when we were at the park.
Okay.
And I got a really good video that I got to edit some but it shows we actually walked the path that supposedly Balser, Yates, and Neff walked where she was shot, and then how they walked her all along the creek, and where they dumped her in, where they found her. So I need an expert on how rivers flow, or how the creek would have flown, because one of the things that I realized is she went missing on the 2nd of October, right?
Okay.
She was put in the creek on October 2nd, according to Jay Rich. She was found on the 5th. Only a short ways away from where she was put in. There is no way that in 3 days she would have only floated a short distance.
It depends. Is that moving water?
It is moving water.
I'll have to take a look at it. I got a video of the place. Andrea says she was found on the 4th, technically.
Technically, she was found on the 4th. The boys saw her on the 4th, got their dad. Dad went down and said, no, it's a mannequin. The next day, they were talking to the mother of the one boy, and he's like, Mom, I don't think that was a mannequin. I think that was a body. So she went down with him, and she's like, yes, that is a body. We're calling the police. So,
yeah.
I got some really good video. Andrea found me some really good pictures of the creek at that time, 20 years ago. I cannot for the life of me fathom the fact that they put her in the creek here and she only floated 500 feet, 1,000 feet in 3 days.
I think it's possible.
Huh?
I think it's possible. I don't know.
Well, that's where I need an expert.
Well, let's take a mannequin down there and drop it in the water and see what happens to it. Take something like they have those things. Look, that's all they would do. The police. An expert would require some sort of, an investigation into it a little bit. Like, let's test, because every place is different, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed they do that with a lot of places. They'll go out and they'll drop a fake body type, right, in the area and see what happens to it. And
now, there was a witness that said she saw a truck further down, and I've got video of all this, further down by the hospital. And that is where Mark had said he thought maybe she was actually dumped in at. That would make more sense, that she was dumped there and floated down the 3 days to where she was found, at least to me. But like you said, we'd have to get who's got a mannequin we can use.
I know, they have these things on the internet that you can buy, but I mean, it would work, essentially, just to see what happens.
Yeah.
In that kind of situation, do multiple
tests.
And
Andrew's saying not even that far, maybe 150 feet is where she actually went. But walking that area where they supposedly carried a body and stopped twice, and dead weight. And out of all of them, Elizabeth is the one that supposedly scooped her up underneath the arms and carried the majority of the weight.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Andrea, I'm going to show all of that in the video because I have the whole walk in the video. We actually walked it and I filmed it.
Are you making a video to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Every time I go there, I see different things.
Learn something different about it.
From Mark and stuff. And we know that the area where the footbridge was, where she was supposedly shot, that whole area was grass, whereas now there's some pavement and a path and stuff. And still, you would have found blood.
Right.
And that's the part that bothers me the most, is there was absolutely no blood found in that park.
Well, she was, I had to have a hard time with that. Because I've seen blood there, guaranteed. 100%.
I've seen the picture. She had blood all in her hair and even on her shirt. So, there should have been blood there.
Yeah, there was. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? No. Like something's wrong about that.
Yeah, and Andrea says Mark and I discussed it at the park. That would have been 230 pounds they carried, and it would have been a bloody trail. But I definitely somehow I gotta get a mannequin or something.
No, you know what? I have an idea on something that might work for that. Yeah, but yes, I would. They have these things. We'll have to look it up and talk about it offline, on and some stuff. But I think that would be a test, something to test, and I would just tell them that you're testing that in the area. Because then you could say, look, man, out of all these tests, this never happened.
Right.
So something in the investigation is skewed. But I do think that in that case, though, the proper people were charged.
I don't.
They just failed on a conviction. You don't think?
We gotta talk.
I think one of those people is guilty. Well, one of them pled guilty to it, though. Neff pled guilty to battery causing death. Okay.
And him and his wife had the most motive to get rid of her.
They're the ones that he's guilty. He's guilty, at least. I think. Right? Does anybody else agree with that? You think so? Okay. I think he's guilty. I think that he did some time, but he didn't do enough time. He's guilty of murder.
He should have been convicted of, at least tried for murder.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But I'm going to snitch, and never even got to snitch because they got acquitted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or, whatever. That's so stupid, dude. I hate how they can do that. But that's the prosecutions for you. They always do something to make some sort of sweet deal with somebody, and it's always someone gets the short end of the stick on everything, no matter what it is. But that's that.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not going to jump off here. I can't believe you've been on for 2 hours already.
Oh my gosh. Good thing I took a nap earlier.
No, yeah, definitely. But no,
Yeah.
so hey, yeah, I'm down to go discuss more stuff on everything. I've been busy lately, but well, I really haven't been busy. I just really ain't been doing a whole lot.
So where are you at?
Me, I'm in Seattle.
You are in Seattle.
I am.
Are you staying in Seattle? What are you doing?
I am staying in Seattle. Yep. So I'm gonna stay here and just enjoy life from the West Coast and create and do stories on different crimes out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Oregon was one of the places that I went to Portland to check out like the 6 girls. Is it potentially connected? So yeah, this is where I live now. Is here in Seattle.
Cool. Hey, I know. I was looking at the chat before you go. Do you have people are asking when they bought the minivan as far as Kathy and Rick? Do you have any idea? I don't either.
Nope, no idea. I don't know anything about any of that. I don't really get into a whole lot of that stuff, like as far as like the cars and things like that, because to me, I'm just more interested in certain aspects of the crime and the crime scene and, what they're taking and stuff like that. So I wouldn't know anything about what they did with any cars.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure more information is going to trickle out.
It's slowly getting there. It's happening. It's slowly getting there. It's what can we say? The closer we get, the better it gets. The next big thing happened in the Delphi case is the sentencing of Keegan Kline.
Yes.
That's the next thing that I look forward to at the end of this month. And I look forward to having some people there for me to film and stuff like that and try to bring us a cool story. If you're not going to be there, then maybe you and I can do a live together and we can go over that, and we'll have like Noe and a couple other people there on scene to give us some good camera shots of live stuff that's going on.
That would be great.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, not a problem. I got to jump out of here. So have a good night. And as always, okay, I know people are going to get on me about this too. So I'm going to say, keep it Southern style. Okay. But more like keep it Northwest style, I guess.
You're going to change it up, are you?
Yeah. A little bit of both. Okay. Keep it Southern Northwest style, or, Northwest style in the Southern kind of way. I don't know. See you guys later. Peace out.
All right.
See you later, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. What a night. What a night. I saw all the messages from Jinx earlier and from Thomas and Meow. So I'm so happy that they're happy and they're able to move forward with their plans for the Flora girls. A lot of talk about Delphi tonight. It's a waiting pattern now again. We get a little bit of information. We get to dissect it. Then we got to wait for a little bit more. And like Anthony said, the next big thing is the Keegan Kline sentencing. I believe that is on July 27th. I'm not sure if that date is right or not, but I will double check. I wonder if all those police officers and detective from Delphi are going to be there again. What do you guys think? Not sure, but we'll find out. Before we know, it'll be the end of July, and that time will be here. So I do have some video of the Walk of Delphi. I will get that together. And I have some previous videos of Delphi that I need to show you guys too. And then we are going to continue with Tabitha's story. And then I am actually this weekend, I am going to work on pre-recording some videos. I want to bring you the Winter Smith story out of Michigan. That's a devastating story. That family's never going to be the same. We have the Rudy story that has to come out. I still have to get the Chad Dorman story out. And I was asked to cover the Andrea Knabel story off of TikTok. So that is on my list to cover. If you guys would like to see any other stories covered, put it in the comments below. And let's see here. Would you be interested in doing a charity boxing match versus Gray Hughes to raise money for Delphi? That would be interesting. So, Anthony, you think that they're going to be there? We'll see. So, yes, I have a lot of pre-recorded videos that I'm going to do so I can space them out throughout next week. I will be doing at least one live, maybe two. That's my goal, 1 to 2 lives a week, plus get you guys videos throughout the week on different stories. I really want to branch out. Delphi and Tabitha are my babies. We're going to keep on those. I got to look up an update for the Karina McClurkin case to see what's happening there. Baby Amaya case, Quentin Simon. So I'll get you all that stuff in the next couple of weeks. So just watch for videos, pre-recorded videos dropping, and watch for live streams. And I'll try to set them up in plenty of time so that you guys have enough notice. So thank you, everyone. I know that we didn't get to a lot of the questions like we normally do. So if you still have a question, put them in the comments below the video, and we'll try to get to those. Please like, share, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And thank you to all those who gave super chats and super stickers tonight. I really appreciate it. Because, like I said, that money is going to help victims and families just like the Flora girls tonight. Oh, yes, merchandise. I will be putting out a video on that. True Crime with Marv. Justice Matters. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, beanies, coffee cups, tumblers, tank tops. So I will get a video out this week on all the new merch and how you can order it. All right, everybody. It's that time. I love you all. I missed you all. Glad to be back. And look for some videos coming out. I'll see you later. Bye.